Nigri ni Alonzo. Go is the beginning. In the name of she, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. In the name of the true begotten Son, Imanuel, I-M-A-N-U-E-L, whose name means go with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, Nigiria, Ki Swahili, Tower of Babel, man's first original tongue. Amani kutoka you, peace from above. Jambo, hello. Welcome to Blacks, B-L-A-X, Black, B-L-A-C-K, TV. 1, 2, 3, where I'm Achillian Robinson, I am, I teach. The book which they call the Bible. God allows them to take the book of life and put Bible on the outside and King James picture in the middle, because the time was not ready. The time is ready now, as it calls itself book of life 7 times in Revelations. Revelation means to reveal, as these Orientals are attempting to rewrite history. Not happening. Again, ASIA, go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 11. Again, Philadelphia, that's what it says. And Philadelphia, both eyes is E. So therefore, since Philadelphia is located in ASIA and both of those eyes is E, the ASIA, the ASIA is also I is E. Arcia, the book of life. Reading from Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord had made. And he said to the woman, as God indeed said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said to the serpent, you may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Then the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eye, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. And they heard the sound of the girl walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife had hid themselves from the presence of the girl among the trees of the garden. Then the girl called to Adam and said to him, where are you? So he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. And he said, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat? Then the man said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. And the God said to the woman, well, what is this you have done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. So the God said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed more than all cattle and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Then to Adam he said, because you have heeded the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground. For out of it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Also for Adam and his wife, the God made tunics of skin and clothed them. Then the God said, behold, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest he put out his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore the God sent him out of the garden of Eden to till the ground for which he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed cherubim at the east of the garden of Eden, and a flaming sword was turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life. Now pay attention. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more conniving than any beast of the field which God had made. Understand? The serpent. To me, I see it Satan personally, because I see it where he was eating the fruit, and she saw him eating the fruit, and he was not dead. He showed her that you could eat of the fruit and not die. And woman, being visual, saw that he didn't die. So woman, being woman, the smell overwhelmed her nostrils, and she bit of the fruit. Once again, it says she also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Adam was not with Eve when she bit of the fruit. No, he wasn't. See, when you're reading the book of life, you have to understand how there are direct references, but indirect references. Just like when he created man, he created him and her, he and she. But when he created helpmate, it was after man. But when you go by chapter 1, you will be thinking they were created together. But chapter 2 tells you, no, they weren't, because Adam was running around ruling the world by himself. By himself. Once again. Now, it says, then the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew they were naked. But Adam was not afraid. They say here he was afraid. Adam was not afraid. He may have been ashamed, but he was not afraid. For when he bit of the fruit, he gained knowledge. And with his knowledge, he recognized that he was naked. And God did not misinterpret what Adam did. God understood what he did, because he immediately said, how do you know of nakedness? See, he wasn't afraid. He was ashamed. The day before, oh man, the day before these people, I'm trying to record this as I'm doing this. I'm trying to do a TikTok at the same time, and these people was telling me that doing TikTok live and this live, wow. Anyhow, all I'm gonna do is keep doing what I'm supposed to do, which is to emulate, imitate, copy my big brother Imanuel, and keep on teaching so that they can understand that he was ashamed. And God said, who told you that you was naked? And he said, the woman. For the woman that you gave me, I ate of the fruit because I seen her eating of the fruit, and she was not dead. But what most people don't understand and can't comprehend is this. When woman, excuse me, let me say this correctly. Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the fruit? And the man said, the woman you gave me to be with me, she gave me of the tree and I ate. And God said, what have you done? But the main thing was that with Satan, who convinced Eve that she should not be eating just the other fruits. You should be eating also of the tree of life, of the tree of knowledge, excuse me, the tree of knowledge. Because see, they had knowledge. That's what people don't understand. They had knowledge. Because see, yesterday, Adam was running around naked. Yesterday, Eve was running around naked. They were both children. Everybody keeps forgetting. Yes, they were grown, but they were the beginning. Once again, they knew nothing of nakedness. When they found out that they were naked, were not prepared for this, because God had not gotten them ready to observe their nakedness. See, when Eve realized she was naked, she started covering herself up, and Adam was like, what you covering up for? And she was like, I don't know. I just know you ain't supposed to be looking. Huh? What? See how they say they made and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves covered? No, they didn't. Once again, see, you have to understand the difference between the Bible and the book of life. See? Because we already know that God covered them. Verse 21, chapter 3, verse 21. Also for Adam and his wife, the God made them tunics of skin and clothed them. Excuse me. You see what I'm saying? That's how you have to pay attention to the Bible and the book of life. Once again, they said, chapter 7, that they covered their nakedness. But then again, chapter 10, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was ashamed because I was naked and I hid myself. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have to understand the difference between the book of life and the Bible. See? See? It already told you. They covered themselves. But why are you hiding if you covered yourself? You see what I'm saying? My job is to teach so that you can understand the differences, the choices that you get to make. They did not cover themselves because they had not that kind of knowledge to cover themselves. They did not cover themselves because if they covered themselves, why would they say at verse 10, I'm hiding because I'm naked? But wait a minute. Verse 7, they covered themselves. You know what I'm saying? Once again, when you read this, the book of life, there are choices. There are choices. You can believe in what you see or what they want you to look at. See? There's the contradiction right there. It's impossible for them to cover themselves and then go to God, cover them. It's impossible for them to cover themselves and then say, I'm hiding myself because I'm naked. Understand? Once again, this is the book of life. That's why you don't hear me saying nothing about Lord. Like all through here. Matter of fact, verse 1. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. The Lord God had made? No, see? Which the God had made. See? When you put Lord in front of God, then that's your God. When you put God where he's supposed to be, God of gods, period. The one who said, beware of other people's God. He didn't say they didn't exist. I've been listening to people talking about ain't but one God. It's the most disrespectful thing in the world to say because God of God said, beware of other people's God. God of God said, beware of other people's God. Beware of other people's gods. So when he said, don't count, once again, see, that's the Bible. The Bible says they covered themselves. And then it turns around and tells you, I heard your voice in the garden and I was ashamed because I was naked and I hid myself. You understand what I'm saying? The choices that you have. I'm here to emulate, imitate, and copy my big brother Imanuel, which is to teach. Once again, I'm going to teach you to give you the choice so that you can understand the choices that you have. Because like he told the serpent, yeah. Satan said the serpent, another one of his, well, Satan came himself. Either way it go, the serpent wasn't his. Evil. Once again, he did what he was supposed to do. God said, I will greatly more. He said, I will put enmity between you and the woman and between your seed and her seed. He will bruise your head and you shall bruise his head. Just like these people think they think that they can actually go against the nature of a snake. A snake is a snake is a snake. See? Once again, he told the woman, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children, your husband, and he shall rule over you. Women, you can't tell me what to do. You can't rule over me. All the laws and everything is made by what? Man. But you know, once again, see? But see, those are the people who refuse to believe what they see. Just this morning, I was on TikTok, and they were talking about justice. And I'm like, justice is justice, man. Justice is justice is justice. I don't understand what you're saying. What are you saying? Justice is justice. The first letter is J. I see J-E-S-U-S. I'm not giving this say Jesus because I don't see Jesus. Oh, you ignorant. You don't know. Cool. I'm ignorant because I can say what I see. I can say justice because I see justice. I don't see Jesus. I don't see Jesus. I see justice. So I'm the one that's ignorant. I'm the one because the whole wide world can't say what they see. I'm the one ignorant. It's not on me. That ain't my problem. That's your problem. You have to deal with that. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm supposed to do, which is to teach, like my big brother Imanuel. Then 22, then God said, behold, the man has become like one of us. Oops. To know good and evil. And now, at least he put out his hand and take also the tree of life and eat and live forever. 23, therefore God sent him out of the garden. 24, so he drove out the man and he placed garden and he placed cherubim at the east of the garden of Eden and a flaming sword. Once again, understand that Adam had knowledge. And when he ate from the tree of life, when he ate from the tree of knowledge, he recognized he was naked. Because yesterday he was naked and there was no big deal. Soon as he bit the fruit, his eyes was open. Just like Satan said, your eyes are going to be open. And now you get to see and know the difference. But see, they were going to do that anyway. God was going to give them that. But what happened was, Satan caught woman by herself. She was all by herself. Adam nowhere around. And he convinced her that what she smelled, as he eating this, seeing ain't killing me. Try it. And it didn't kill her. Adam came along. She wasn't dead. He tried it. Once again, they both were understanding about death. See, to their concept of death was the lion attacked his ear and snapped his neck, not a long distance type of death. Therefore, Cain killed Abel. And as God told her, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. Because see, she had to look at her son, Cain, and love her son who had killed her other son. I love you, you my son. I hate you, you killed my son. I love you, you my son. I hate you, you killed my son. Once again, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. Her sorrow as she looked at one son that she loved because he's her son, as she looked at this son and hate this son at the same time because he killed her son. I will greatly increase that. Then he said to man, because you have heeded the voice of your wife and have eaten, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. Yeah, I don't think you understand. Once again, he that is above sin, let him cast the first stone. He said, ashes to ash. He said, you shall return. 19, in the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return. And that's why I don't believe in them. Put me in no ground. Do not disrespect my God. Put me in the furnace and burn me. Ashes, dust. Once again, just like he said, you was formed from dust. Get you some dust and put some water with it and see what color you get. And that's the color of Adam. Free your mind, your ass will follow. The kingdom of heaven is within. The difference between good and evil is limited because God allowed it to be so until now. As I teach, I emulate, I copy my big brother Imanuel. I don't seek it to do anything else but do what he did, which is to teach. That's it, not preach. See, I teach that when you see Jesus, you can say Jesus because that's what you see. Once again, free your mind. Your ass will follow. The kingdom of heaven is within. Trip seas Trick C's Cool, Calm, Collected, www, whole wide world. Nigri ni Mwanzo, borders the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, in the name of the true begotten Son, Imanuel, I-M-A-N-U-E-L, whose name means God with us, Matthew 1:23, in the name of the true motherland, Nigri Tia, N-I-G-R-I-T-I-A, which means land of the goals, Ki Swahili, Tower of Babel, man's first original tongue. Amani kutoka juu, peace from above. Remember that they had knowledge, but biting from the fruit gave them knowledge. They now knew they were naked. And because of them doing that, that is why men and women do what we do. Instead of just sex for procreation as animals, we have sex for pleasure, because they overstepped and found out about nakedness before they knew what nakedness was. Once again, I teach knowledge, capital K, capital N, capital O, capital W, baby L, baby E, baby D, baby G, baby E. Things that you have knowledge of. Now you knowledge that you can believe what they put in the Bible about them dressing themselves, or you can pay attention to the separation that go, and that they said, I'm naked, sir. I cannot come out in front of you. I'm ashamed of my nakedness. Not they close themselves, because you can't close yourself and then say, I'm not coming to see you because I'm naked. Free your mind. That's what follows. Matthew 1:23. And in my book, Matthew 1:25 as well.